Fons, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Alfonso Cruz. I'm originally from the Philippines and now I'm in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Oof. Why? Why Saudi?
Why Saudi? Well,
Ba't ka nag-move dito sa Saudi, bro?
we got offered the job, me and my wife. So,
Okay.
coaching job. So like Jay, CrossFit, supposedly CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
offered the job, then yeah.
So how has been so far?
Yeah, so we've been here for 5 months and yeah, it's been good. Better than what we expected to go to.
Okay.
We thought desert lang talaga, but then it's very well developed. Perfect timing. There's a metro and
Yes,
everything's
yes,
been
yes.
convenient for us. We live near our gym, so it's good. It's been
Metro, I think binuo lang yun
good.
last year
Last
December. So very new
So,
talaga yung
yeah.
Metro dito. And it's been tagal na namin inantay yun, yung Metro, bro. As in 2017 nung pumunta ako dito, binubuo pa lang yung Metro.
Really?
As in
Okay.
hinuhukay pa lang.
So 9 years.
9 years,
Or
grabe,
8
no? 9 years, ganun.
9
Pero it's
years.
one of the biggest metro. I think they said it's 180 kilometers long.
Oh wow.
If pag ano mo pagdudugtungin mo lahat, 180 kilometers long. And di ba nakapasok ka na rin?
Oh yeah. Maganda
Maganda,
yung metro.
diba?
Very efficient. Every 5 minutes there's a train coming. So
Na-amaze ka ba sa pagpasok mo?
ano yun siksikan magpasok.
Siksikan ba yung sa inyo?
Pag sa train, siksikan. Unahan makaupo sa chair.
Talaga?
Yeah.
Nagsisiksikan yung ano? Kasi
I mean, nag-uunahan sila in front of
okay.
the train.
Kasi nag-metro kami nung nag-open siya. Nung para matry lang yung metro, ganoon lang. Pero hindi namin siya ginagamit as a means of commute.
Yeah.
Whereas you,
Ako,
ginagamit
to
mo
work,
siya as a
yeah.
means of commute, di ba? So siksikan talaga on peak
minsan.
hours.
Peak hours.
Okay.
Yeah, because yung iba kasi they wanna sit down. So nag-uunahan talaga sa harap ng door. Kahit may sign dun sa baba, in, diba? Yung in, tapos out muna yung mga tao.
Lahat
muna
sa in.
in muna sila.
Excuse me na lang.
Bahala kayo makalabas. Parang ganun.
Pero first siguro hindi ko alam, how about summer? Summer okay ba?
Summer.
Madaming tao.
Madami pa rin.
Kasi
well, compared to a few months ago, mas marami dati.
Okay. Expected kasi nila dati, kasi winter binuo yun eh. So, talk of the town, hindi pag summer, yan.
Konti
Pag
lang
hindi pupunta ng tao, yan, hindi gagamitin ng tao. Pero as in summer, madami.
Meron naman. Hindi naman madami, hindi naman punuan, pero madami.
Pero madami.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so, how long have you been coaching?
Coaching 5 years.
In the Philippines?
In the Philippines, the first 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I started F45. Actually, Andrew and I started in F45.
Okay.
We just got offered. Wala ba kaming certificates or anything. 0 certificates.
Paano kayo na-offera ng F45?
Ange has a friend na she works there as a manager. So they were just looking for coaches. And we used to do CrossFit for a long time. Now we would stay fit naman. And I mean, we knew how to work out. Yun lang naman. Pero yeah, we learned through that. So, meron naman silang mga certificates for F45.
Okay.
Like how to do their classes, what to do and stuff. Fitness test, all of that.
Ano yung class ng F45? Like, whereas, because I also teach CrossFit before, yung F45 ba parang choreograph or may freedom kayo gumawa or mag-structure ng class nyo?
May program talaga silang sarili.
Na fina-follow ng buong branches or
ng buong mundo.
ng buong mundo?
Everywhere. Lahat ng F45 same lang talaga.
Okay, so para siyang CrossFit.com. Kind of?
Pero kasi CrossFit, they have their own
Yes.
They have their own programming.
Yeah.
Like the same gym won't have the same programming.
Okay.
Unless you're affiliated with another programming.
Okay.
Pero in F45, if you're doing cardio and it's called, for example, like Athletica, the name of the workout. I think in Australia, US, Philippines, they're all doing Athletica, cardio, on a Monday.
Okay. So whole world talaga.
Yeah, I think so.
Talaga?
Yeah, I think I don't think so. I think yun nga yun.
Yun nga yun. Okay. So may access kayo, may portal. So, fact check ni Ange.
Pero yeah, 'di ba? Ganun yata yun eh.
Pero ano siya, may portal kayo na ina-access? Or email, sinisend nila sa'yo?
Hindi, may app siya. It's called F45 TV.
Okay.
All the movements are there. All the stations are there. May the timers there. There are TVs in front of the studio.
Okay.
Then they just follow that. So technically, the coaches are there to show them, to tell them what the workout is beforehand in the introduction. Then we show them the movements.
Okay.
Like sample movements.
So pag na-access yung portal, parang kino-coach kayo muna as coaches na dapat ganito gawin niya sa class or no?
No.
Or written lang siya?
Hindi rin eh. We're there, parang to check their form. To hype them up, to check their form if they're doing it right. Okay. And, to guide them throughout the stations. Okay, you're moving here. After that station, you have to rest. Parang, we're just there to facilitate.
Never attended an F45 class. Yeah, never been. I've heard of it. Barry's Bootcamp, F45, Orange Theory, ano pa nga yung mga bootcamp style workouts. So, like, I'm curious because in CrossFit actually, they urge us coaches to follow the CrossFit programming.
Yes.
This is what they want us to do as CrossFit coaches. But syempre, when you are teaching, when you're diagnosing a community, like what is their weakness, what do you want them to do, like maybe this community is not able to do pull-ups because of just the nature of the the demographic itself, maybe all office workers and all this. So you're actually diagnosing the community to make them better.
Yes.
Diba? Because we're always teaching as a group.
Yes.
But always CrossFit pursues us or recommends us to follow the CrossFit.com programming.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm very curious sa F45 kasi di ko alam, whole world pala ginagawa nyo the same program.
Same.
Which is really nice.
So Monday it's cardio, Tuesday resistance, Monday cardio, parang with lifting weights.
With lifting, okay.
Lifting weights.
Okay.
Which is still kind of cardio kasi you're doing like 40 seconds of work, then 20 seconds of rest. But you can lift heavier each set or whatever. So
hindi siya yung sa CrossFit 5x5, same thing or almost the same?
No,
it's
different. It's different structure.
Okay.
Like different structure. It's like a circuit in F45.
Okay. Every 2 minutes you have to do 5 squats.
Hindi naman there are programs na 2 minutes, pero usually it's just 40 seconds, 30 seconds.
Okay.
For example, like one station, you're doing dumbbell bench press.
Okay.
40 seconds of work, 20 seconds rest, then 4 sets there. After that, you're gonna move to another station. So there are mga ganun, yeah. Then you're gonna do bent over rows after or pull-ups. Same thing, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, yung best friend ko, si Marv, meron kaming idea na ganito. Sabi namin dalawa, when we were still in Jeddah, nagko-coach kami as CrossFit coach. So magtayo tayo ng company where the main program is always interval. So that the class is always controlled.
Yes.
You have full control from the beginning until the end. So it's very similar sa F45, diba?
Similar.
But anyways, hindi nangyari yun kasi busy with life. Nagkapamilya and all. No, Gino? So after 45, how did you transition to CrossFit? Or CrossFit before F45 nagko-CrossFit ka na?
Nagko-CrossFit na ako before F45. For 1 year. Competed once. Then
and won. Yeah. Hindi pa pala.
Baby pa. So we did a team competition. Manila Throwdown 2019.
Oh, okay.
2019 teams. So yeah. Then we were doing CrossFit. Then after nung pandemic, so there were group classes. So I started doing just, free group classes for my friends.
Okay.
Online, through Zoom. Yeah, through Zoom.
Okay.
I just posted like, okay, doing free Zoom classes online. Let me know if you want to join. So yeah, my friends joined. Okay naman.
Kamusta naman feedback? Madaming sumali?
Madami naman sumali, yeah. Parang, yeah, may mga regulars, mga barkada ko lang na friends. Tapos, yeah, it was good. I was programming for them. Zoom
nice.
lang, everything. Then, my coach, nung nag-crossfit ako, one of my coaches, si Coach David. David Cruz. Coach David. Di mo yata
Hindi ko ata na ano.
Yeah. My coach and mentor. Siya yung nag-mentor sa akin to coaching kasi he has like a community, Dominate, 24/7 yung
I think narinig ko yan. Sa ano yan, di ba? Sa may Pasay?
Ay, hindi. Ano lang siya, online.
Online, okay.
Online. So, Dominate 24/7. So, he would coach mga ka-gym ko rin sila before when I was doing CrossFit.
Okay.
But then they were doing Zoom classes now. Through Zoom na lang.
Until now?
Until now, hindi na now eh. Wala nang Zoom na lang. Hindi na nag-Zoom class na.
Pumatok yan yung Zoom nung pandemic,
Zoom pandemic. So yeah. So he told me he asked me if I could coach sa evening. So 6 p.m.
Through Zoom?
Through Zoom. Yeah, through Zoom. So I started online talaga sa CrossFit and everything. Pati PTs online lang. I used to have clients. So okay naman. I mean, I knew siguro my foundation in CrossFit wasn't super good. Hindi siya like now.
Yeah.
It's very structured with
you know, I can speak about that in a bit, but
like compared to before and now, mas okay yung structure ng CrossFit now. Way better.
Yes, way better. I like totally agree. Because dati when we started CrossFit, because that was way back 2013, I think. 2012 na, 2013. So actually how I started CrossFit is, I have this very close friend of mine. Now we're always at the same hobby. No, when I did longboarding, nag-longboard din siya. Naglo-longboard din siya. Nung nagbabike ako, nagbabike din siya. So nung nag-CrossFit siya, natanong ako kasi I go to the gym but with no any goals. Wala talaga. Parang mag-gym lang.
Workout lang.
Ganun. So nung pumunta siya, sabi ko, bro, anong pinagkakabisi? Try mo yung CrossFit. Walang CrossFit sa Iloilo that time. There are some gym na like cross fitness, cross training, you know.
Functional.
Yes, may mga ganito. Pero wala talaga yung magaling mag-CrossFit. So when I knew, sabi nila, punta tayo sa Bacolod kasi sa Bacolod siya nag-aral eh. Doon siya nag-aral. Kaya punta tayo sa Bacolod, doon tayo mag-CrossFit. Kasi andun yung mga malalakas. So sabi ko, sige, tara, punta tayo doon.
So nauna talaga yung Bacolod?
Bacolod na una. Even 2013... I mean the
provinces talaga, Bacolod.
Bacolod na una. I think because they had one of the best athletes in the CrossFit scene in Philippines. Kasi 13, 14, Raji Fama, if you know, he was always like winning the competitions. Even nung andun sina Haynes, yung Haynes brother, sila nasa podium, si Raji and then the Haynes brother and all this. Yeah. So known sila for the CrossFit stuff. So pumunta kami dun, dumayo kami dun. And then I remember the first workout na pinagawa sa akin, I think it's 10 to 1.
10 to
1. We'll start with 1 lap running and then we're gonna do 10 kettlebells and then 10 sit-ups. Very, 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 very simple. And then we'll do 1 lap running again and then 9 and then 1 lap running again, 8. And then I was like, ano nangyari bro? Ba't namamatay ako? As in, namamatay ako.
This was way back.
This was way back 2013. And then, namamatay ako. Parang, and then I think at the 4th and 5th round, umupo ako sa gilid. Nasusuka ako. As in. So going back to like the programming, when CrossFit started way back 13, 14, it was always like how CrossFit introduced it to us, where it's like constantly varied, high intensity. Constantly varied high intensity functional movement. So every day it's like constantly varied, no structure at all. You know, okay, today we're gonna do 100 pull-ups, 200 sit-ups, 20 power cleans, and then the next day it's another random number. You know that we're living up to constantly varied. So before there was really no structure. You know, whereas now where it's a little bit more of smart programming, di ba? So yeah, that's how CrossFit started, you know. So
warm up pa lang. Pawis na pawis ka.
Dati 8-minute warm up. Okay, 1 lap run, then 20 squats, 30 pull-ups, whatever. Burpee.
Box jump over. Like
known,
workout na to Metcon na to.
Metcon na siya.
Yeah.
Very known yung CrossFit dati na your workout is our warm up. Narinig mo yan?
Yeah.
Dati. Even until now, is it true?
Until now, hindi na masyado.
Hindi na
For
masyado.
me, no. I don't feel it that way anymore.
Okay.
When I warm up, just try to get my body warm lang talaga. Nothing too hard.
Nothing too hard.
Yeah.
So when did you start to feel na coaching really kicked in? Like naging passionate ka sa coaching. You know, nag-kick in na talaga siya na like yeah, okay, I'm a coach. I'm teaching people to make their lives better.
Okay. So,
or may feeling ka na ganun?
Wala pa akong never ko naging plan to be a coach. I never planned to be a coach.
Same.
That was never my dream. Wala yatang ganun eh. It's my dream to be a coach when you're a kid.
Totoo, no?
I don't know. Wala pa ako narinig na
I don't know, maybe the next generation, because they will see like very successful coaches, and they want to be one day. But I think in our generation parang wala akong narinig.
Yeah.
Kahit sa mga friends ko, mag-aaral ako para maging coach, parang wala, no?
Yeah, wala. Parents pa lang natin, maging nurse ka.
Totoo.
Parents pa
nurse
lang natin.
Doktor ka, lawyer ka.
Coach. So,
pero when did you feel that you're like having the passion for coaching?
I felt it kasi I was studying to be a pilot.
Okay.
Sa Philippines. Then out of nowhere, someone offered the job to coach an F-45.
Okay. So that's where it started.
It started there. I was studying, tapos iniisip ko lang, I'm excited to go to F-45 to coach people.
Oh,
parang
okay.
na-excite ako, parang
the feeling
I wanna
of
help people.
Okay.
Because when you help people, parang they get shocked na, I can lift this, I can do this, I can do that. And it felt good.
Yes.
Like, compared to when I would be able to do a PR, I would be able to do like, unlock a skill. It would feel better to help other people.
Okay.
Like, reach something or reach a goal. So that's where I found my passion in coaching.
It's still better na PR bagong PR, di ba?
It still feels good. Pero know, it's different na you're actually helping someone.
Yeah.
Kasi you know yourself na, okay, kaya ko to. Like, because you're teaching someone you have to learn their mindset. You have to learn how they move and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if you actually help someone, it feels good. Diba?
Totoo. Well, before when I told you, diba, the programming and the coaching was very, very random in CrossFit.
Yeah.
But when like structured CrossFit programs came in, like there is a sense of fulfillment when you see someone achieve their goals or become fitter. And there's always this fulfillment through structured programming. But before, nung unstructured pa, we were just enjoying actually. To be honest, nag-enjoy lang. No, I mean we think we're getting fitter, but actually I think we're not.
Just ruining our bodies. Actually ganun nga. We're deteriorating.
Actually totoo, no? Pag naisip mo lang dati, sige, tara, PR tayo. Bukas PR tayo ulit, di ba?
Ganun nga. Actually, I was a hater ng CrossFit after 2019. Nag-pandemic.
Ikaw?
After I did CrossFit. Kasi...
You were a hater or before that?
Before, no, nag-CrossFit ako, okay lang. I felt, because all of us, kasi we were happy. It was fun. Like, okay, patayan lang sa gym. then, pandemic, kasi I gained weight. So I was like, what's the best way to lose this? Bodybuilding.
Okay.
Not CrossFit, strength training and all that. So I was like, ayoko na mag-CrossFit, baka may enjoy lang ako ulit. Because si Ange kasi, she always loved it.
Okay.
Ange, my wife.
From the beginning.
Yeah, she loved it talaga. She likes the feeling of, dying after a workout. Yung hingal na hingal, you wanna, Then, nung pandemic, I wasn't working out. Then, we started going back to a gym na, Bakal gym. We would do strength training. So, that's how we started again. We were lifting heavy lang and trying to get back in shape. Then out of nowhere, si Ange, she wanted to go to a CrossFit gym. So all out fitness.
Hindi yung pinakamalapit sa inyo?
Yung pinakamalapit sa amin, yeah. Well, yeah, most convenient, all out fitness. So at first, si Angela yung pumupunta. Like,
hater
kasi
ka
ayoko talaga. She got a membership, ako drop in lang.
Okay.
Sige, parang napilitan na lang talaga ako. Then yeah, I started to like it again kasi the programming felt different compared to before.
Okay.
Parang okay. Parang it's kind of structured. We're doing back squats on Monday and we're gonna do it again on Monday.
Yes.
Hindi yan ganun dati.
Dati, back squat kami. Saturday, pagka Sunday, back squat ulit.
Yeah, exactly. So it felt different. It felt like it felt structured now.
Yeah.
Yeah, better coaches as well.
Better coaches.
That time, yeah. So that was good.
I mean, the availability of information nowadays, siguro, na paano talaga, na enhance talaga yung CrossFit coaches and just coaching in general.
Yeah.
Diba? With the internet and ChatGPT. And the information is available anytime. So moving to Riyadh, nag-move ka na dito. How can you compare coaching here in Riyadh compared to the Philippines?
Coaching, yeah. So coaching here in Riyadh, kind of, how do I say it? Kind of different kasi, di ba medyo beginners yung mga tao.
Yes,
There are more beginners.
Very beginner.
Yeah. Like, from the gyms I went to, medyo, mas madaming beginners here compared to the Philippines.
Yeah, it is. It is
Diba?
because
Like, yeah.
I think nag-open up lang talaga yung Saudi into fitness. I think way back 2015,
Oh, yeah.
15, 14, something like this.
Mm-mm.
And before there were no big, let's say, global gyms or big companies for gym. The company that I work with now is one of the biggest gym before, and they used to bring fitness into Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
They were the first family to bring fitness into Saudi Arabia. And it was Body Master. You know, this is the biggest global gym, Gold's Gym sa atin. So like in reality, very
Very new talaga.
yung fitness dito sa Saudi. And even until now, you know. And but they're pursuing like the country to be more fitter.
Yeah.
You know, like you've seen the development, di ba? May 130-kilometer track sila na ginagawa. Sports Boulevard, bike lanes and all this, which is very good. Yeah. But like how do you compare, like is it any different? Because here probably you're gonna be coaching more men. You know, in the Philippines it's a bit mixed. But dito, like you're only coaching men. So how is it, like what do you think is the difference? You know, ano yung nafe-feel mo or ano yung observation mo when you're just coaching just men?
Well, I haven't coached kasi in a CrossFit gym here. So I coached a box sa Philippines CrossFit. All out. Pero hindi sila CrossFit affiliated, like functional fit. Functional.
Mahal
or cross
kasi dati,
training.
no?
Yeah, mahal. Then yung first ko dito, I was just coaching in a corporate gym. Yeah. So it was different. I wasn't really coaching a class. I was just helping people out with, you know, they were just asking me how my form is, what can I do for my chest, what can I do for my back, so mga ganun.
Okay.
So I was like a floor assistant there. So I haven't really felt the difference yet. But what I know is mas marami lang na beginners here. And I just hope they're more informed now. Like, I hope they all get into fitness. So, you know. Tsaka may init rin kasi now tinatamad pa yung tao.
Actually now it's summertime.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost most of the community that we serve go abroad, go on vacation, and all this. But now you're coaching classes. Kamusta naman?
Okay naman.
This time is mixed.
Yeah, now it's mixed.
Diba?
Yeah. Nagulot na lang ako. Now I'm in a mixed gym. So, it's okay. Maayos naman. They move well. But, when I got there kasi they didn't really try CrossFit yet. So, they were doing a different kind of training and stuff. So, yeah. I mean, they're enjoying. I try to explain to them like the structure and everything.
Yeah.
But it will take time siguro na they'll understand it, you know?
Yes.
Because it's something new to them. They're not really there for a cross training.
Okay.
So I went there na, okay, I'm gonna teach them cross training. I'll let them know what it is. And stuff.
Okay.
But it seems like they're enjoying. They're enjoying naman. So
it's good. Me, I've teach big classes dito. Nakaturo ako ng 40, it's not really efficient, but nakaturo ako ng 40 members, 40 clients in one class. That was during Ramadan. And if you're not aware, during Ramadan, this is the peak time for fitness in Saudi because everyone, because of the fasting that they're doing, because of the Ramadan fasting, they're taking advantage of it, and some of it like, you know,
they lose weight.
Lose weight, you know, it's one of the ways that they can put something on top of fasting. So losing weight. But it's the peak time for your fitness over here. So nung time na yun, nagturo ako ng 40, isa lang ako. Where sinabi ko sa head coach ko, dapat dalawa tayo mag-coach or tatlo tayo kasi 40, madami yun.
Yeah.
Mahirap mag-control. Enjoying, way back 2016, CrossFit was very, very new dito sa Saudi. I cannot say that it's almost the same in the Philippines, but because I've worked with coaches na British and mga Americans, so they already have a good know-how of what CrossFit is. Because nauna sila dun no? So nung nagtuturo kami dito, although the community is new, the clients is new into training and new into fitness, but the knowledge of the coaches are like old, not that old, but they're well alam na nila kung ano gagawin nila, how to coach. So dun ako talaga natututo. That's where when I started like, okay, ganito talaga yung coaching. Yeah. Ganito talaga magturo as CrossFit coach. Hindi nung sa Philippines na 2014, grabe, kung ano-ano lang pinagagawa ko, honestly, we've been there, Yeah. Kung ano-ano lang maisip ko. Yeah. Before the class, mag-research muna ako sa Google, kung anong maganda. Whereas after nag-transfer ako dito, there is more structure na into the program. Yeah. And ako nagsusulat na rin ako ng program ko before the class and all this. But in terms of clients naman and customers, medyo mahirap. Kasi siguro with the language barrier din, that's one thing. Although sa gym na kino-coach ko, madami rin nagtuturo nagsispeak English. Yeah. Pero still there is a barrier. It's a language barrier still. But the good thing about here is whatever you teach them, they will do it. Whatever it is. Whatever, like, even if you teach them the most advanced movement, they will try to do it.
Yeah. Because they want to do the best.
They want to do the best all the time, which is good, because this is where you see that they really want to learn.
They have the drive to.
They have the drive to learn the movement. They have the drive to learn the workout and all this. Yeah. But sometimes, as a coach, it's your duty pull them back and okay, dito ka lang muna, hindi natin pwede gawin yan, baka may injury ka.
So you're not supposed to rush.
Yes. And then when I went back to the Philippines 2017, nag-vacation ako. Nung nagturo ako doon with what I've learned here for the past like a year or a year and a half, sobrang dali magturo sa Pinas. As in.
So it's easy, mas madali talaga sa Philippines.
Mas madali. Kasi in the Philippines, I think we've been used to playing outside. Nung mga bata tayo, naglalaro tayo sa labas. We're a bit more athletic and in that sense. So mas madali and also the language. You can relay better information or effective information if you're speaking the same language fluently, di ba? How about CrossFit? What do you think before versus now?
Yun nga, like programming before was just, I don't know, patayan lang talaga. You're just always sore.
Yeah.
Compared to now, it's just well structured. Like siguro I had parang we were blessed to, be with coaches like recently sa Philippines na like they really know how to structure workouts. Like the coaches in All Out, especially the process programming rin. That programming is
sila Haynes yun, Haynes brothers.
Yeah. We're fortunate enough to meet them. They would go to our gym kasi All Out was affiliated with them. We were doing their programming. Okay. So yeah, we learned a lot from Coach Ant and Coach Ed Haynes. So, yeah, it was great learning from them. We just like their programming because you never really feel burned out.
Yes.
Yeah. Then it was really well structured. So yeah, it's really good. But dami pa rin competitions talaga in the Philippines. Like, I don't know about before. Madami ba? Like every month nagka-competition. Like,
sa Philippines, siguro the peak of CrossFit. Not the peak. I mean, nung possible siya. Nung that time siguro we would have competitions, I don't know, maybe 3 times a month? A year? Not a month. A year.
Okay.
In our region. Kasi sa Western Visayas region, sa Iloilo, Bacolod, Rojas. Because I think why we're doing competition is also a little bit of I don't know, ego. I think because nung nag-competition yung Bacolod and then okay, nag-competition sila, punta kami doon.
Okay.
Nag-participate kami sa competition nila. And then pagkabalik namin sa Iloilo, tayo naman. Mag-organize naman tayo ng competition. And then sila naman pumunta. And then Rojas mag-organize na ng competition. So punta din kami doon. Siguro in a year 3. And then that time the major competition would be Manila Throwdown. Everyone's looking forward to Manila Throwdown before. Mig Honcho? Siya dati yung pinaka head honcho ng CrossFit CrossFit Throwdown.
Okay.
That was 13,
Manila
14,
Throwdown.
15. So yun talaga yung nilook forward namin dati. Okay. Qualifiers pa lang, patayan na. Dati.
Yeah. After the pandemic, dumami kagad yung competitions.
Okay.
So, almost, there was like a span of months na every month may competition.
Every month?
Diba? Right? Yeah, every month may competition.
Sa Manila?
Sa Manila. Malapit lang. Every month talaga, like people would join almost all. Some would. But, I don't know, I think it was kind of too much kasi people were excited. Well, people were excited kasi, okay, we're back out. We're not in the house anymore. We're getting to work out.
Yes.
We want to compete again. So, yeah. For me, it wasn't good na there were so many competitions because that's where people get injured.
Yeah.
That's where, you overwork and stuff. So, too much lang.
Too much, yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay naman now. Like, kumukonti naman yung competitions.
Paano yun?
But at least mas quality and stuff,
yung competitions ngayon. Paano yun? Pag nag-compete kayo after the pandemic, nakamask pa rin.
Nakamask pa tayo nung sa gym. Siguro nag-open yung F45 after the pandemic. Nag-coach pa ako nun eh.
So, after the pandemic and before, nagko-coach ka sa F45 talaga?
Before and after, yeah.
Before and after, okay.
Si Ange, my wife, she would coach online sa F45. May online rin sila.
Yes.
Like through Zoom ba yun? Yeah, through Zoom.
F45 through Zoom?
Through Zoom.
Okay.
They had their own... Yeah, because F45 may TV sila. Like, they're showing the movements and stuff. So, gumawa sila ng F45 live. Okay. So, mga, bodyweight movements, what they can do at home, or they could buy equipment rin naman during the pandemic. So, they would have options for that. Yeah. But yeah, after the pandemic, when we were allowed to coach and go and work out in the gym again, nag-open again yung F45. So instead of it being, diba, there are stations, you move stations.
Yes.
Now there will be a square. You're only allowed in that square.
Yes.
Diba, nagyari ba yun dito? There's a square. Tapos there's equipment around you.
Yes.
Tapos kukunin mo lang yung equipment, put it in your square. Ikaw lang pwede doon sa square na yun. Then the coach can't go inside your square. So, yeah. Tapos naka-mask pa sila. You need to wear a mask while working out.
Okay.
Which was hard because if you're doing cardio, diba?
Hindi
you
ka
have to breathe. Yeah, it's hard.
Nafi-filter yung air na ini-inhale mo and then yung ini-exhale mo, nahihinga mo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I remember the square. Kasi pag nung bumalik ako dito, 2021, may squares kami din. Dito sa interval. Nagtrabaho ako sa interval eh. Same thing, same exact layout, square then kung ano yung workout of the day, prepare ng coach, may dumbbell dito, may box dito, and then may barbell dito. The same exact layout. But yung mask, hinubad namin. Pwede siya. Hinubad. As long as you're inside the square.
Yeah, I think, actually pwede nga pala. You can remove your mask.
As long as you're inside the square.
Yung kaming coaches bawal at any time. We can't remove our mask.
Okay. Nagka-COVID ka?
COVID, yes.
Ilang beses?
What? Once.
Once?
Once.
Ako siguro mga 5 times.
Nagka-COVID lang kasi ako because Ange got COVID. Tapos,
okay.
Wala akong COVID nun eh. So, we isolated together na lang. So, doon ako nagka-COVID. Isolate kami together. Hindi ko naman siya, ayoko naman siyang iwan mag-isa na lang. So, nagsama na lang kami magka-COVID.
Sa hirap at ginhawa.
Through sickness and in health.
Through sickness and in health.
Yeah, kaya ako nagka-COVID. Nauna siya. So, after 4 days, doon ako nagka-COVID naman. That's when I felt the symptoms.
Ano yung symptoms na naramdaman mo?
Yung throat, itchy throat. Parang feverish. Pero parang 1 day lang.
Okay.
Hindi naman yung I couldn't taste anything. Hindi ko na-feel.
Hindi ko rin na-feel yun. Sarap ng kain ko.
Yeah, swerte nga eh. Swerte.
Yung pinaka naramdaman ko nung nagka-COVID ako is headache.
Headache, yeah.
Parang puputok yung ulo ko as in wala akong fever nga eh. Wala nga akong fever eh.
Migraine lang, parang ganun.
As in, parang dinidrill. No? Then nagkulong ako dati dito. Nagkulong ako for 7 days. Sa bahay lang namin. But yeah.
Grabe kasi yung ng pandemic before sa Philippines.
As in, naalala ko nung nandito na kami sa Riyadh and then uuwi ata si Irish sa Pinas. Dami pang ginagawa, no? May fill upan ka pa health card, and then dapat naka-face mask ka.
Tapos na-quarantine ka pa when you get home.
Oo.
Diba? 5 days ba yun? Or 10 days ka. Nung start, 10 days, you have to stay in a hotel.
Paano pag 15 days lang bakasyon? Diba?
Kami nag-US kasi kami ni Ange nung 2022 or 3. Pagbalik namin, 1 week kami sa hotel to isolate.
Isolate. Bayad yun, di ba? Bayad yun.
Kami yung nagbayad eh.
On money?
Kami pa yung magbabayad.
Ay, baka para lang sa OFW. I think.
For OFW, hindi kayo magbabayad.
I think so.
Kami vacation
Pag OFW, So I remember yung father ni Irish, yung father-in-law ko, na umuwi siya ng Pinas, nag-quarantine siya for 7 days, I think.
Ayan, 7 days.
And then,
5 or 7 days.
Bayad ata ng OWA.
Kasi OFW.
Yeah. Okay.
Nagbayad kami ng hotel.
Talaga?
Oo.
May mga specific hotels for quarantine, di ba?
I think so. Or, yeah, specific hotels.
May mga specific hotels for quarantine.
Hindi naman lahat.
Are you planning here to stay sa Riyadh?
Yeah. We're liking it. We have a lot of opportunities here. It's been good. Coaching here, we're earning way more than what we are getting in the Philippines. So, it's
like
day
triple,
and night.
Like triple day and night.
More than triple.
More than triple.
Yeah, way more than triple.
Way more than triple.
Yeah. So, more opportunities here. Yun nga, if you get a chance, if you get offered to go here to coach, if you really want to be a coach, then go here. If you're in the
I studied to be a coach.
Better if you studied to be a coach, then go here to coach. Kasi grabe yung opportunities. Like,
yes.
You're gonna get paid like a CEO in the Philippines. Something
really?
Like that. Yeah.
Really? Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam yung mga high-paying jobs sa Philippines eh.
It's day and night.
Talaga. I mean,
if you're a coach.
Yeah, if you're a coach. There's really a lot of opportunities dito sa Saudi, especially as a coach, as what you've said. Because like the market is still not saturated, and then I think this is a good thing also na pinupush nila yung Saudization and all this, because if just like Western countries or like anyone can just come here and work, then hindi nila makontrol talaga yung how the market will be distributed.
Yeah.
You know, and then everyone will just be here working as a personal trainer. Whereas, let's admit, personal training or teaching fitness in Saudi is a luxury. You know, that's why we get more compared back home. You know, I didn't really think na mapupunta ako dito sa Riyadh. Sa dati sa Jeddah ako, sa Saudi. Hindi talaga kasi how I got hired here is also through CrossFit.com. Nung time na yun, nagmamass email. I'm not sure with you guys also.
Email sa inyo?
Yes, nagmamass email sila. I think I received like 5 emails. Qatar, Riyadh, 2 sa Riyadh, Jeddah, and Khobar. Something like this. And then, CrossFit.com specifically is emailing us. Sila mismo yung email.
CrossFit.com.
Yes, na may ganitong gym sa Saudi na naghanap for coach. If you're interested, you can contact this person.
Okay.
Yun yung nag-start. So, tinry ko lang naman. I mean, tinry ko I think interval that time, 2014. Tinry ko interval. They didn't reply. Tinry ko arena, they replied, and then the offer was actually decent.
Diba? Magugulat ka na lang. What? Yeah.
The offer was decent, and then I was like, kasi that time may gym ako sa Iloilo. May functional fitness gym ako sa Iloilo. So, tinry ko. Because let's be honest, having a business, I'm not sure in Manila, but in Visayas, in Western Visayas, having a gym business, especially to the scale that I have, which is not very big, is not profitable. Hindi ka mabubuhay as a gym owner only.
Yeah.
When I was a gym owner, I'm still working as a graphic designer.
Okay.
Because if I would rely only on my income sa gym, there's highs and lows. Sometimes negative pa nga kami.
Kasi
kaya
seasonal rin kasi yung gym.
Seasonal,
minsan konti lang yung tao. Minsan puno.
And sa area na ko sa Iloilo, hindi naman siya super upper class. Siguro let's say middle class. Madami din naman nagji-gym. But they would subscribe maybe 1 month. Kasi dati kasi walang 3 months, 6 months 12 months. 1 month talaga. Monthly talaga. Kasi when they see a price
too
of
high.
3 months, 6 months, too high, hindi sila mag-register. So, monthly talaga, you have no choice. Monthly talaga. May tig 30 pesos nga na walk-in Magkukumpit ka pa doon.
Mababaan mo pa.
Sa amin, yung walk-in namin way back 13, 150, 250.
Okay.
This was the range. And mahal na yun. Mahal na yun. Sa Iloilo, mahal na yun. And then you compete with 50 pesos, 30 pesos, mahirap.
Yeah man, ng mga bakal gym, no?
Oo, mahirap.
Ba't ako pupunta dito? Diba?
We get the same results. But, yeah, building a career here in Riyadh, I think, hindi pa na-discover ng mga tao sa atin.
Ano?
As a fitness coach. I think. What do you think?
Sorry, ano yun ulit?
Yung if you wanna build a career here in Riyadh as a fitness trainer, I think hindi pa na-discovered sa Pilipinas. Hindi pa nila alam na
hindi pa nga.
Na I can go to Saudi and earn money as a fitness trainer.
Hindi naman talaga inisip to go to Saudi to coach. Like, kasi for you, it was parang mas formal yung email nyo It was CrossFit.com.
Yes, yeah.
Sa amin, IG message lang Like,
talaga?
Nasa message request, IG. Then, hindi pa yung business account. It was just their recruiter. So, I read it. I was like, scam ba to? Kasi
it's always
sa
that
Philippines
feeling,
kasi ang daming scams like recently na they're just messaging you or like Viber, WhatsApp or Telegram and Instagram puro kung ano-ano lang na scam then. So yeah, I got a message na they're offering me and Ange a coaching job here in
both
Riyadh.
of you.
Both of us. So wala, I thought iniwan ko lang, kala ko scam Pero na-offeran rin si Ange. They messaged her on IG.
Okay.
So, but she deleted it. Ange deleted
Scam
it.
to na.
Parang scam talaga to. So, yun. Ako, I didn't delete mine. Thankfully, I didn't delete mine because it took us 3 months to reply.
Okay.
So, so we're affiliated again. We're affiliated with the Process Programming All Out Gym. So, we went to Hong Kong, the coaches, to meet up with the Process Programming in Hong Kong. Kasi that's their team. Sila Coach Ed and Coach Ant. Then one of the coaches there, si Coach Mark. So he used to coach in Riyadh. Or two of them. Mark McDermott.
24N.
I think, I'm not sure where he coached here, but he used to coach. Also, Megan.
I think Megan, kilala ko si Megan.
Okay.
24N yun sila dalawa.
Okay, 24N. So yeah. Then yeah, we met each other. Diba, kwentuhan. What were you doing before this? Where'd you come from? Then they mentioned out of nowhere, we used to coach in Riyadh before this.
Okay.
Then natandaan ko in my head, Riyadh?
Na-intrigue kayo.
Parang, that's the message I remember. Parang Riyadh ba yun? The message I read before 3 months ago. Then yun, kinwento nila, it's okay, it's good coaching there. They were coaching mga prince or princesses. Then, it's good, it's there. Good coaching there. They were there for more than 10 years and stuff. So, naisip namin ni Ange, may coaching, pala doon, career. Because they're very good coaches. Yeah, they're very good
Actually,
coaches.
they are, yeah.
They are. And then to be hired by Coach Ant and Coach Ed. So, it means that they are.
They are
right?
really good coaches.
Yeah. So, yeah. When we were in Hong Kong, we replied.
Nasa Hong Kong kayo?
Sa message request ko, then we replied. Hong Kong ba tayo?
Saan yung offer na yun?
Saan yung offer na yun? Then I read it. Ako nga, sa Riyadh nga. So then we replied I'm sorry I replied late. Is this offer still
valid?
Yeah. Then they replied, yeah, it's valid. If you wanna what's this? If you wanna meet up and
discuss
the offer, we can do that. Then yun, that's how it started. Nag-Zoom kami. Then they explained the contract and everything, how much we were gonna get offered to coach.
Sana hindi. Nung sinabi nyo na, nung tinanong ka na how much are you, how much are you willing to be paid? Tinanong kayo niyan.
Tinanong kami.
Ano sinagot nyo?
Siyempre, mas mataas yung sinagot namin compared to what we were really earning. We added a lot more.
Yeah.
Then we added that, thinking na maybe it's gonna be, they're gonna add a bit than what we added. Kaya we said, kaya lang, like 50K per month. Pesos.
Pesos, okay.
Kaya yun lang sinabi namin. Kala namin, okay, baka they'll add more than that. Pero hindi, they added way more than that. So we were like, oh wow, they're really paying a lot there and you had to be a coach. So,
so when they added, like, when they counter offered na, okay, they only want 50K, we're gonna give them like, let's say, 80K. Ano pumasok sa utak niyo?
Ay, hindi, mas mataas talaga yung binigay nila sa amin na offer.
Okay.
Like from the start.
From the start.
Hindi sila I don't know if they didn't lowball at all. Like from the start, they gave like yung usual pay dito for
coaches
sa Philippines.
Yeah.
That comes from the Philippines, diba? May categories yun, diba?
Depends because depends upon the company actually.
Well, yeah. But yeah.
But the amount that you said to me that you guys were earning, ano siya nasa standard siya.
Ayun, that's standard. So standard talaga yung binibigay. They didn't lowball at all. Like, we didn't know that time. We didn't know you that time to ask. We didn't ask anyone. We just ChatGPT. Is this a good starting salary for coaching in Riyadh? Yeah, since dalawa kami, like it's easier because
if it's combined,
you're like, okay, this is good.
Actually,
this
good.
is very good.
Yeah, actually very good. Yeah.
So yun. Napaisip kami, should we do it? Parang ask our parents, should we do it? Siyempre, what they hear from Saudi Arabia, huwag kayo doon. Ano doon, delikado doon.
Yung parang delikado doon. Pero I've never felt in danger dito. Never. Kahit siguro, iwan mo yung susi mo sa labas. Or sometimes I leave my car open sa labas. Wala namang pumapasok. Hindi naman nanakaw kotse ko.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe in other places. No, maybe
yeah,
we don't know.
of course. May mga place talaga. Like anywhere.
Yeah.
But then, yung mga kwento kasi dun, parang yung mga, what they know is from a long time ago.
Yeah,
It's
true.
very different now.
True.
It's super open
way
now.
different.
Wait, that's why. So, yun nga. So, parang lahat ng friends nila, they're like, okay, pumunta doon. Hindi naman mag-gay pumunta doon. They're like, people there are this, people there are like that. Mga ganun, all those stuff. So, kami ni Ange parang, ano ba yan? Napapaisip kami, we were hesitant. But at the end of the day, we still wanted to go. Okay, let's see how it is. Kung ganun talaga, then let's leave. After 2 years, let's leave. But then, yun, it ended up na, okay, we want to stay here. People are so nice.
Very
nice. Very nice.
What was the feeling when you stepped into the plane?
In the plane, medyo...
Oy, paalis na kami ng Pinas.
Well, excited.
Ano what was the feeling?
Excited kami. Pero, kasi when we go to a plane, usually, we go to the US.
Yeah, vacation.
Iba yung tao eh. Iba yung tao. Dito parang, iba yung mga tao papuntang papuntang Saudi, it's different. They're nakaabaya and everything. Iba yung vibe.
Okay.
We were excited pero we're like, okay, bahala na. We're on the
bahala
way.
Na.
We're on the way.
Doon na kayo sa bahala na mode. Ganun.
Yeah. Then, yun. When we arrived to Saudi, parang yung airport kasi tahimik lang. It's small. Diba?
Yes.
Yung King Khalid, it's small. Ang daming tao. Then, yun, we're there na. Tapos, yung company picked us up. The company car. They were very nice naman. One guy knew how to speak English. The other guy, parang Arabic lang. But they're very nice. Very welcoming. Nilibre kami ng shawarma house. That's the first thing we ate. Shawarma house. Tapos, yun, they brought us to our hotel. It was good. Like,
nice.
Siguro at first, yung hotel kasi namin na they got for us was sa east.
Okay.
Somewhere in the east. Then, when we saw the toilet, squat toilet siya.
Natitest yung mobility
yun
mo
sa
na.
floor. Yung kailangan mo ba mag-warm up before you use the toilet.
Hindi ka pwede umihi in the middle of the night.
Wala nang phone. Wala nang phone kung mag-toilet. Mabilisan lang. So, yeah. When we were there, medyo na-hassle kami. Kasi we were 40 minutes away from
the workplace.
So, we rented a car or we would Uber. Mahal. We had no kitchen. We had to hunger station. That's Grab food sa Philippines, hunger station, or order food. Medyo mahal. Parang how will we save? So we looked for an apartment. Luckily, we found an apartment at Al Malka.
Closer to that.
Very different, diba?
Yes.
So far the place is very different.
East and west.
Yeah, east and northwest,
and then like maybe mid-east.
Yeah. So we liked Malka. Very different yung vibe. Very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, when you're living in Riyadh, off topic ako, but when you're living in Riyadh, the place where you're staying actually really matters.
Yes.
You will not feel like when we were in the southeast, doon kami kasi mura doon bahay. And then doon yung branch ko. When we were living there, parang iba yung feeling.
Parang iba
yung feeling talaga.
Sobra.
When we moved here, which is not really the center and which is not the upcoming neighborhood, but it used to be the it place dito. It felt like we're living in a city.
Yeah.
Exactly. It
Exactly.
felt like this. And then paglabas mo, you see better roads, subway and all this. You feel like you're in the metro,
Yeah, it felt different from feeling like kaya ba natin to dito? Like can we kaya ba natin tiisin tong Riyadh?
Okay.
Then we moved to another apartment, seeing everything. We were like, okay, we can live here.
Yes.
Yeah, we can stay here for a long time.
So right now, like your feeling is you want to stay for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you want to build like your fitness career here in Saudi?
Yeah. I mean, the opportunities are good.
Yeah.
We getting a lot of offers, then like
nice.
it's good. But then yeah, we like it here. Paano ba?
Yeah. There's better opportunities basically.
Yeah, here.
But like because it's in Riyadh, in Middle East in general, especially where like the people that we're serving You know, the people in our community right now, you know, in our place, in our region, in our community, they kind of belong, like where the gym that you're working now, they kind of belong in the, let's say, the upper class society of Riyadh. Is it the same in the Philippines? Like you're serving the same community? Like you would have like on my end, I would have the owner of this company. Like let's say I used to train the owner of Toyota. In Philippines, I would never train the owner of Toyota. Like the Henry C's, the you know, these people back home, they kind of have this is kind of the same level of the clientele that we have here in Saudi right now.
Yeah,
is it the same in?
No, like, we don't. Sa Philippines, I haven't trained anyone in that level sa Philippines. So when you train them, kasi it's
very
you feel like intimidated. If I make one thing wrong, if he or she gets injured, parang parang it's scary.
Yeah.
So it's different. But I mean there are some
that you've trained and like almost on that level. Wala. But here in Riyadh, you walk amongst them. You know, you walk with them, like in the club, in the gym. You know, you walk with them. So like really, the opportunity here in Riyadh is, you know, endless.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, even though like if you don't want to pursue as a, like let's say, a coach in the future, you know, you want to be, maybe you're good at I don't know, a computer. You know, maybe you can have a job like this. Like the opportunity here is endless. Very endless.
Because you can meet anyone that will, you know, that can out of nowhere.
True.
Can you do this?
Yeah, can you do? Okay, come here.
Okay.
Yalla. You still like with all these things that's been happening with you and Ange. Do you think of going back home for now? Or do you want to stay here?
Honestly, we don't miss the Philippines. We miss the people in the Philippines.
Yeah.
We miss seeing them, you know, family and friends. Of course, we miss them. But living there, no, we don't miss it at all.
Why?
I know, it's just different. It's just super stressful. We were just very stressed in the Philippines.
Okay.
Like, struggle talaga, paycheck to paycheck. And when we moved here, we didn't have any of those like problems anymore. Parang more comfortable here, living here. And parang Philippines kasi medyo the people are kind of judgmental.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the truth.
I mean, yeah, you know.
It's the truth.
Yeah, it is actually.
Like, even sometimes you know, I try to stop, of course, but sometimes it happens. Mga marites, diba? Like, issue, we want that. We like that, diba? What's the tea? We like that. So, since nawala yung that kind of culture, everything's just more relaxed.
Okay.
Like, right?
Yeah, especially like just living the both of you here. You know, you're trying to build.
Kami lang yung
you're your own.
Yeah,
you know, you're just trying to build your own, and maybe the people around you, but you're trying to build you're trying to stand on your own. You know, and
walang mga ganun sa likod. Like,
walang nasasabi sila, huwag mong gawin yan. Coach ka lang.
Exactly. So there's no more distractions. We're just, you know, straightforward lang. Yeah. So that's why it feels way better.
Yeah. So you're really looking forward to living here in Saudi.
Yeah. Napansin namin whenever people go abroad, they really flourish, or they like they do well.
True. Yeah, actually true.
Yeah. And I feel like it's because of the culture in the Philippines. Sometimes you really think na, because there will be doubters that they're like, wag nyo gawin yan, diba? Nakakainis yung mga ganun eh. So yeah, it feels good.
I mean, now we're in a country where it's up and coming.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of opportunities to in the future. So that's it.
Yeah.